so I don't know if she'll
Okay.
be chatting.
Hey, welcome to Disney Fan Art with Chris and Darren. And
Hello.
the topic today is Pinocchio.
Pistachio. That is his favorite nut.
No, that's how, when we had the robe on the other day, that's how he pronounced it, Pinocchio.
Yeah.
But
his
yeah,
favorite nuts, pistachios.
pistachios. Is that right? But
Yep.
but yeah, hey Christina, thanks for coming in. So basically, yeah, it is the second full feature animated movie by Disney.
Yep.
And it has my favorite character in it, which I didn't draw because I drew him in the 30-day challenge we did a while back ago. But other than that, how's everything going there in Idaho?
It's good. We're leaving the 2nd
You're
of
leaving
July
the 2nd?
to come to Indiana. And behind me is what boxes were left to pack, but the garage is full of boxes. Well, the garage isn't full. There's a ton of them out there.
Right. So I
can't
know
wait.
Rachel was
excited.
asking. She was asking if you'd moved yet. So
No.
but
I move around the house a lot.
Are you guys getting excited about moving?
Yeah, but I'm the kind of person I don't get too excited until like the day before or the day of, just because on a personal level,
right,
if something ever happens, then I don't feel let down or something.
right.
That's why I don't get too excited about things that are far away.
Right.
In time, yeah.
So Christina says she's ready to move.
She was here. I got my Amazon package. Never mind. The dog's barking. She was ready to move there like probably a month or so after I came here.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago. And I kept telling her, I'm like, babe, do you know what it costs to move across the United States?
Yeah.
You're not just moving from one town
to the next,
to the other close by. You know, it's almost 3,000 miles from here to to there. So
let alone you got to go down to California before.
Yeah, that's 12 hours to California from here to LA. And I think we're going to take I-10 over to Mobile, Alabama, and then come up 65 so we don't have to cross the Rocky Mountains with the U-Haul.
Right. But that kind of driving, that's nothing new for you.
No.
You used to be a truck driver.
So. Yeah, 13 years, 5 million miles, 2 speeding tickets, and both of them were in 2008, and that's no accidents ever.
So how long do you think it'll actually take you to get over here to Indiana?
I'm thinking like 3 days, because her and I like to stop and look at historical sites.
Right.
When we take road trips. And I'm not driving all that at one time in a U-Haul because that is uncomfortable. The seats don't adjust much. But anyway, probably about 3 days, I'm thinking.
Right. I mean, yeah, I could see something like that going on. Hold on just a second. I'm just going to pull the stream up. So when I have the stream up, I can kind of see
that going on. Hold on just a second. I'm just going to pull the stream.
I can see the chat. It's a little quicker than what it is over here on StreamYards. But yeah.
What I'd like to do, since we do these Disney things now, is when we go to her aunt and uncle's and to get her grandma's stuff in LA, go by that Disney place that they took us by once before, and I'd like to get some photos of it and maybe put it on one of your streams.
Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome.
Like where they film the movies and stuff. It's kind of down in a valley. It's kind of hidden in a way.
Right.
So you have to get out of the car, because they don't allow people back there, obviously, unless you work for Disney or you're, an actor or actress. But I would at least be able to get out of the car and walk up to where the trees aren't impairing my vision to be able to get a decent picture of the setup they have down there. It's out in the middle of nowhere, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like down in a valley. You don't even know it's there. Like a tourist would not know that place even exists. People that live there is the only ones that pretty much know it's even there.
Right. Yeah, it's the fan. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay. Because I came up here and I turned the air off, and with the window open and the sun coming in, it was getting pretty hot in here. So I turned the air conditioner on and everything like that. But so we got Pinocchio today. So that's one thing going on. The only people that is doing it right now is me, Darren, and Christina. And we really need more people to join in. Like I said, it's not a big deal whether you can draw or what. I mean, even just do some kind of craft. I don't care if it's a kid's craft. I don't care. Something to show, just to help out with us here would be great. And but let's go ahead and get to it. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. And I don't put these in any certain order. I'm going to let you know that. Okay.
Right.
All right. Come on, people, join us. It's fun. Yeah, let's hold on. Let me put Christina's. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, let me hit this.
I enjoy it because of doing the art. Like I had a lot of mine done.
Right.
But like the mornings that I do it, I just sit down and drink coffee and work on it. And it's just like, but it has to be quiet. I don't like a bunch of loud noise. It's just like my peace of mind.
Oops. Hold on.
Playing video games gets me away from the real world stuff that's going on. That kind of eases my mind about that stuff. But drawing, like I like it quiet. Like that is the most peaceful thing there is.
Right. So here we got Christina's. And what I really like about this?
The Matchbox.
No. The picture itself, it actually looks like an illustration out of a book.
Yeah.
Is what I really liked about it when I seen it.
Yeah, she did really good on that. She didn't like her table.
Right.
And once got it colored brown, she's like, well, I don't like it. And this, and I'm like, well, you can't change it now. It looks fine. I told her probably 100 times, it looks fine. It's on a table.
Yeah. But
yes.
The matchbook looks awesome. Of course, Jiminy Cricket's my favorite. So I really like how Jiminy Cricket and the Blue Fairy looks amazing.
Yes.
So I think you did a really good job, Christina. So,
she
did.
She worked hard on that thing.
Yeah, when I first seen this, I'm like, and I like this where she's got the shadow of the matchbox and everything coming down.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, she like I said, when I seen it, it was like, wow, this looks like an illustration out of a book, is what it really did.
Right.
And I thought that was really neat. So let's see, we'll go to the next one. And the next one is yours, Darren, and you drew Pinocchio himself.
Yes, sir.
And of course,
he's supposed to have Jiminy Cricket on the end of his nose, but I didn't take the time to do that. I just kind of wanted to focus it on him and not.
Right. But yeah, this looks really good. Pinocchio is not easy to draw. He's not an easy character to draw. I was kind of noticing that a lot of the characters in Pinocchio aren't that easy to draw.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I think his vest on the right side, I think I should have came down with it just a little bit further.
No, it looks fine. I think it looks fine. I mean, it could be just like it's crumpled up under his arm.
But, yeah, and the part I enjoyed about it, because on a lot of my drawings, I don't like to see the lead lines from the actual pencil, like when you color.
Right.
So that's why some of mine I don't even color them; I just outline them. Right. But on Pinocchio, on most of the characters, they actually have the black lines drawn into them.
Oh yeah.
Like that. They're outlined a bunch. So,
but yeah,
I think it looks really nice with the black outline. It makes it stand out.
Yeah. So, and your hands look awesome. I like everything.
He has the Mickey Mouse gloves on.
Yeah. Yep.
And because Walt had a tradition with that, but Christine and I was talking on Jiminy Cricket. Isn't that Mickey Mouse's coat like what he wears?
I mean, it's just like one of those dress coats. So I mean, yeah, Mickey Mouse wears one too. So,
but because Walt, he always had a thing to where a lot of these would all run together with how things look, like they would all retro back to something.
Right. All right. let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Like I said, I don't put these in any order. I think it might be because of what the image is, what the name comes up whenever I put it in here. That's how the order goes in. So here's mine. I drew Stromboli.
Awesome. So, is that where they got that Stromboli sub from? Name from?
I'm pretty sure Stromboli was probably before this character. So this is from the scene. I actually drew it too big.
No, I don't think so. It looks.
Well, from the scene, you could see the other hand, and it's where he found out he got a slug in his, in his tips.
Yeah.
So, but, I had a little problems with the hand. So, but.
Well, not every hand's perfect either.
Yeah. So, and it was held in a weird way and everything like that.
So.
But, go ahead.
So is he cross-eyed or is he just looking that way?
No, that's just how his eyes were. I think.
Oh, okay.
Just him holding up the thing and looking at it,
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, but I was gonna do Honest John, but Honest John, man, he looks so hard to draw. I mean, I think I could do him, but within the time I allowed myself to draw, I was like, man, I ain't gonna have time to put this kind of detail into it. That's kind of what, and it kind of goes against the whole reason why I did this was so we had a week. You know what I mean? And but I've got a lot of stuff going on with different live streams and everything like that. That sometimes I just don't have that time. That and playing video games getting in the way sometimes.
Buddy, I'm telling you, I have, but I work too. I've been laid off since March.
Right.
So all I do, in my opinion, playing a video game is no different than someone sitting and watching TV all day.
Right.
It's the same thing. I'm watching a video game and I'm being active with my hands.
Right.
Other people are sitting there falling asleep because they're watching some TV show. But anyway.
Yeah.
I'm that way. I get to playing a video game and I forget that I have drawings that I need to get done.
Right.
And I get so wrapped up into stuff. But we do, because staying here right now, we share the bedroom. And like Christina will be watching something on TV and I'll be playing the game. Well, then I'll pause the game and be watching it and my mind will get on that. And then before I know it, I wake up this morning like, I need to finish Pinocchio.
Right.
Hey, but Rachel. I like to draw. I don't like to stop a bunch and have to go back and work on it again and again. I like to do it all in like pretty much one setting.
Oh yeah.
Unless it's going to be a big piece, like a.
Right. I'm going to bring those up again since Rachel just come in here so she can see them real quick. So,
hi, Rachel.
Oh crap! I think I exited out of them. Let me see if I can pull them up real quick.
I still have that Beauty and the Beast one that I was going to draw that one time on your 30-day one.
Yeah.
But I never did finish. I need to finish that and stick it on here at some point.
Right. All right. Let's see. Let me get this.
That's like the picture I took of Pinocchio. Like I said, he was supposed to have Jiminy Cricket on his nose, but I didn't draw him because I knew that would take me at least another hour.
Share. All right. I'm going to bring it up. All right. So this is the one Christina did. We showed earlier. And like I said earlier, I thought it looked like an illustration out of a book. I really liked it. And then we have Darren, who drew Pinocchio. And then I drew Stromboli.
He is so cool. It'd be kind of cool to get a tattoo of him.
Of Stromboli?
Yeah, like that right there, but he holding an axe like a lumberjack.
Like a lumberjack?
He looks like a lumberjack to me. I haven't seen Pinocchio, Chris, since I was a kid.
Oh, yeah?
Honestly, yeah.
But, yeah.
And after I got to drawing it and looking at all the different pictures to choose from, I'm like, man, I kind of want to watch this movie again.
Yeah, it's a good movie, really. It's there's a lot to it than what most people remember. So
yeah.
And there used to be a place there when it used to be called Downtown Disney, it's now called Disney Springs. That was called Pleasure Island. And I always wondered if that was named after the Pleasure Island in Pinocchio. But unfortunately, it had its own history and everything. Disney does that kind of stuff with how things happen.
Yep.
So, but
just like with this movie here, some of the stuff they did in this movie later on inspired certain things to be in other movies.
Right. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the things you didn't know about Pinocchio. All right. And you've got it pulled up. You want to do the first one?
Sure. How do you pronounce that cat's name?
Figaro.
Figaro was Walt's favorite character.
Yep.
Of all the characters in Pinocchio, Figaro was Walt's favorite. He loved him so much that he pushed for the adorable kitten to appear in the film as much as possible. Once production was over, he decided to make him a companion for Minnie Mouse, replacing her Cocker Spaniel.
Yep. So that's pretty neat whenever a character like that sticks out so much that.
Right.
So, all right. The second one is, it took a long time to get Pinocchio's look just right. I can understand that. He's not easy to draw. In the film's earlier stages, animators struggled with making Pinocchio cute enough. It took 12 artists about 18 months to nail the look Walt had in mind. Animator Milt Kahl was the one who made the suggestion to first make him in the image of a human boy and then add puppet-like joints and screws to the design. So, I mean, that's pretty neat. So that's probably why it was so much easier to take him from puppet to live child. They already started with the idea of what he was going to look like before they even.
But that's crazy. 12 artists. I'm sure they were professionals.
Oh yeah.
In 18 months to nail it the way he wanted it to look.
They would have been the 9 old men. Is who they would have been, which would have been, the original animators for Walt Disney World.
Yeah, because wasn't this just the second animation movie?
It was the second one. So it's the same people that did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was doing this.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Number 3, Thrall Ravenscroft is the voice of Monstro. Actor Thrall Ravenscroft, who is famous for voicing characters such as Tony the Tiger, Captain from 101 Dalmatians, the Russian cat from the Astrocats,
the
Aristocats, and one of the Grinning Ghost in the Haunted Mansion is responsible for the sounds that Monstro the whale makes. Additionally, he and his group, Mellow Men, recorded a song titled Honest John, which was later cut from the film.
Oh, wow.
Well, I butchered up a lot of that.
Yeah. But yeah, Monstro, I mean, this movie had like more than one villain in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you had Stromboli, you had Monstro, and then, of course, you had the guy that was collecting the kids to let them turn into donkeys and then turn around and sell them off.
That's why your friend doesn't like Pinocchio, or whoever it was you talked to that one time. A female, I believe it was, said she was scared of him.
Yeah. Something. Another YouTuber said she's scared of him. But I did hear not Disney Pinocchio, but another Pinocchio from stories was that he stole little kids. All right, so number 4, the lead animator behind Figaro based his appearance and personality traits on that of a spoiled kid. Though Figaro looks like an ordinary house cat, animator Eric Larson decided to infuse the design with the personality traits of a spoiled child. The best example of this characterization is when Geppetto tells him to leave his dinner alone until Pinocchio gets home.
Yeah, he looks like Clayton when Clayton was little, and I told him he couldn't eat yet. He looks so mad in that picture.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of stuff in the story that actually showed Figaro where he was like, had that kind of spoiled child kind of act and everything like that. But you want to go ahead with the second one?
Number 5, Christian Rubb both voiced and inspired Geppetto's look. Prior to Christian Rubb being cast as the voice of Geppetto, animators weren't sure what they wanted the character to look like. But once the actor signed on, they decided to use him as a live-action reference model.
Oh, wow. And I see that a lot of times in a lot of the animated, movies that that the voice actor actually inspires the look of the character.
Yeah, and even it's crazy that it started clear back.
Oh yeah,
on this one where it's the second film, and still to this day, Disney's still doing that stuff. Like on last week we had Moana.
Yeah,
how they used Dwayne Johnson's dad as Maui.
Well, I meant like Maui. The girl who does Moana's voice, she looks a lot like Moana.
Oh yeah, I looked her up and I was like, holy cow, she's young. But that girl, that they kind of modeled the cartoon character off of the way she looked.
Right.
I wonder what I'd look like as an animated character. They'd had to put me in a film with blind people watch.
All right, number 6, animators used the rotoscoping technique during production. So there we go. Remember last week I was saying I didn't know if they ever actually used rotoscope, and this is saying they did. To perfect Jiminy Cricket's human-like movements, filmmakers brought in an actor named Val Stanton and recorded him moving around on stage. Afterwards, they used a technique called rotoscoping to trace over frames from the clip, which they used as inspiration for Jiminy's animation.
Yeah. What is that called? Okay, like, say for you, for instance, you go into a room and you wear like a black suit, covers up your body, and you have all these little green things all over you. I think that's how they capture emotions now, isn't it? What's that called?
That's I don't know what that's. Is it motion?
I know they use it in video games a lot.
Right.
For video games.
I know it starts with motion. So
that's probably like the more advanced version of how they, versus to what they did back then. With
it kind of is, because the guy who played Snoke, Andy Serkis. All right, I know you're like, who's Snoke? All right, Snoke was he? Not only did Andy Serkis do Snoke in the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, he also did the main chimpanzee in the Planet of the Apes, the newer ones.
Okay.
So I mean, this guy, his career's been based a lot on doing this, so he's always used to wearing that kind of stuff. And then you had like Jar Jar Binks from the prequels, who was Ahmed Best, and he wore all that, but he also wore a helmet that looked like Jar Jar's head to give the actors a reference of where they were looking whenever they were looking. But I just read that the Mandalorian's been using new stuff. And, with green screen and blue screen, when you're an actor, all you see is the blue or green screen. They've got now this new technology where they actually see on a screen what is actually you're seeing on television, and it makes it a whole lot easier for them. So,
that's cool. That probably, in a way, if you think about it, that probably makes that film
more realistic.
Right. But to mean more to that star.
Oh yeah, where
where they can actually connect to it a little bit better.
Right. Yeah. And I was told, because they've been using it in The Mandalorian here on Disney Plus, and Ewan McGregor has been talking that they're using it in the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and he said he's just so happy it makes him feel more like he's reacting to something that's there instead of So he said it's so much better than when they did the prequels, when it was nothing but blue screens and green screens.
Yeah, because you'd think, being an actress, constantly staring at a blue or green screen would kind of get kind of boring.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. And the director's like, he's standing right there. You got to react to him. He's this, and and it's like,
right.
And I mean, you have to really use your imagination to react to something that you can't see. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
yeah, that I wonder why they didn't think about doing that years ago.
I don't know.
It's like the Weatherman. I always wondered, because see, when I was growing up watching the Weatherman, I always thought he was like pointing at that map. But when I got older, I realized that he's on a green screen. He doesn't even look at that map. He's like looking over to wherever. And I'm like, why don't they just put the weather map behind him?
Well,
that's before I really understood anything of that nature like that.
I don't think the technology was there like what it is now. So,
yeah.
So you ready for the next one?
Yep. Number 7. Prop versions of the film's cuckoo clocks were crafted during production. To get the look and feel of the cuckoo clocks right, the crew made prop versions that actually worked. They studied the movement and incorporated it into their drawings. They also created a full model of Stromboli's train and ran it down a track.
Oh, wow.
Man, they put so much into these things.
Well, they do. I mean, they want to get it accurate.
Yeah.
Even for animation, they want to get it accurate.
Right. So, and back then, I wonder actually how long it took them to, from start to finish, till from the time they started the project until they had the finished product.
Well, I mean, I guess we'd have to look at when Snow White stopped. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And because I'll bet anything, as soon as it premiered, they were working on this right away.
Because like nowadays, you have a computer where you can just put it all in there and it can be done within.
I don't know. Because there's rendering.
Short period of time.
Rendering takes a long time.
Right, but you see, what I mean is from what they had to work with back then, to what they have now, the time frame of.
Yeah, but the thing is,
kind of compare like how long did it take them to do Pinocchio versus a newer film like Moana?
Right. I don't know. See, the thing is something like Moana can take like a year or 2 years to make.
Right.
But you got to look at it this way, because of the technology, they can put so much more detail into it than what they did back then. So they're probably taking just as long as what they were back then to do.
Yeah, that's probably true because the detail makes up for all the extra work that hand artists had to draw.
Right.
Back even when they did the flip books.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, crazy.
All right. Number 8. Pinocchio won 2 Academy Awards. In fact, it holds the distinct honor of being the first Disney film to win an Oscar for both musical categories, Best Score and Best Song. For When You Wish Upon a Star, the dual win wouldn't be received by the studio again until Mary Poppins in 1965.
Wow. So, yeah. And if people can see what we're looking at, Pinocchio eating that daggone pie, and he has that ice cream in his other hand.
Yeah, do you know the kid's name that's next to him?
No, I don't recall.
Lampwig. Yeah.
The Irish boy.
Yeah.
I honestly haven't seen this movie since I was a kid.
I don't know why he'd be Irish. It takes place in Italy.
Well, he has Chris.
I know what you're saying.
Okay. I'll tell you something off stream later. I'm not going to say it because people are a little touchy with the subject. But
you know what? You got to have parents that don't love you to name you Lampwig.
Yeah, well, but listen here, my sister's ex-husband, I mean, they're still together. Okay, my sister and him have been married and divorced so many times that the state of Indiana won't allow them to get married again. But anyway, his sister is actually named Dorcas. Yes,
I've heard this.
And I'm telling you right now, there'd have been one of 2 things happen if my parents would have named me Dorcas. One, name change, or suicide.
I
don't say that for anyone to get offended. I'm just saying I don't think I could grow up with the name Dorcas. There's no way.
I'd go by my middle name if I had to.
She has none.
Oh, well then, yeah, those parents really.
I was like, but no, I say he's Irish. He has a green bow tie, green pants, red hair.
Right.
He's holding a turkey.
You got to understand, Christina. You got to understand, Christina, that was also done back during a time where that kind of stuff wasn't frowned upon like what it is today. So
yeah, like you look at, of course, Who Framed Roger Rabbit wasn't necessarily for children to be watching, but
right.
I don't think Disney, to even this day, would put something like that out there for adults like that. I don't know. Maybe they would.
Yeah.
I mean, they did they did buy the Simpsons.
Even the 90s was different than what it is now. So I truly, let's not get into that. All right, go ahead. You're on 9, right?
Yeah, let me scroll back up.
Okay.
I scrolled down too far. Pinocchio was the first animated film to feature famous voice actors. Dickie Jones, Pinocchio, Cliff Edwards, Jiminy Cricket, Christian Rubb, Geppetto, and Charles Juddles, Stromboli, carriage driver, were all household names when Pinocchio came out.
Wow. And they've been doing that ever since. You know what I mean? So
crazy.
I mean, that's one of the things is going back and looking at the movie and going, okay, who was the voice actor? You know? And then the thing is some of those voice actors, they become famous. You learn who they are just because they did a Disney animated movie.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, and what's great, I guess they say about being a voice actor is you can really like lay it on thick because nobody sees you when you're doing the voice.
Right.
You know, you can actually like pour yourself more into it than when you're being seen on screen and everything like that.
Right.
Is from I heard. I think that's one of the reasons why Mark Hamill loved doing it. So Mark Hamill was Luke Skywalker, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he also was the voice of the Joker there for the animated Batman series. But yeah, I mean, voice acting, I mean, if you can do voices, that's where it is. So, all right. So number 10, the water effect inspired another famous Disney movie. When John Musker and Ron Clements were working on the underwater effects in The Little Mermaid, they used the Monstro scene from Pinocchio as a reference. Did you know any of these facts? Oh, I think that was the last fact, wasn't it? That's why.
Yeah.
All right. So that's pretty cool that animators are going back and referencing even old animation to get the right effects for the animations, you know.
Right.
That's really awesome. Especially, I mean, you know, of course that one has a lot to do with water there for The Little Mermaid. But,
you know, I think if Pinocchio and Woody were in the same time frame, they would have been best friends.
You think?
Yeah, I could see that.
You can see.
I can see Pinocchio's nose hanging way out and Woody like grabbing hold of it, swinging off of it to get from one place to another.
I don't know. They're two different kinds of characters when you really think about it. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean,
yeah, I was just talking about the looks and their time frame and the popularity of them of that, but
I'm trying to find where there it is. So yeah, oh yeah. So I like doing this. Let's see. So that was the golden age. And
it's just really cool how Disney, even to this day, will take something like that and just relate to it to get something right.
Oh yeah.
To get it correct, to put out the best product that they can for people.
So the next one we got, the next age we have the wartime era.
Oh, wartime.
Okay. So, and the movies we have for that is Saludos Amigos, The Three Caballeros, Make Mine Music, Fun and Fancy Free, Melody Time, and The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
I've seen that last movie, but I haven't seen none of the others.
You've never seen The Three Caballeros?
No, I have not.
Really?
I might have, but just don't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
I'm horrible with that stuff, for real.
Well, Donald Duck is one of the Three Caballeros.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just draw Donald Duck. No, I'm just kidding.
So do you want to...
I might have seen it. I just don't recall the name of it.
Well, I'll tell you what. How about with this one? Because these were all like collabs. It's like more than one story in there. How about we just take all of these and pick something?
Yeah. How about you pick it? You pick it, because I haven't seen none of them.
No, what I'm stating is we'll take all these wartime era movies, and each of us, you can draw anything from any of them.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm with you.
So
I'm with you.
But yeah, see, like Fun and Fancy Free. Fun and Fancy Free was the one that was done, had the Mickey and the Beanstalk.
Oh, okay. I remember that movie when I was younger.
Yeah. And let's see. What else was on there? Mike My Music. See, these were like where they took short animations and put them together to make a full feature. Now, Fun and Fancy Free actually had I think his name was Ingrid Bergman, if I'm right. He was a ventriloquist, and he was actually in it where he's telling the stories to a young child with I can't remember what the name of his dummy was.
I can't either, but I do know that I watched a Jeff Dunham thing on TV, and he was one of Jeff Dunham's inspirations.
Oh yeah. I can't. I think his name was Charlie, but I can't think what it. But that was his dummy, and he was there, and they were both telling the stories that was in that. So, but yeah, so that's what we'll do. So you want to write them down so you can look them up just in case?
Oh, I'll just Google the Disney
wartime era.
Okay. Yeah, wartime era.
But yeah, we'll just do something from that. I mean, that gives you like I think the Saludos Amigos is the Three Caballeros still. It was the first one, and then the Three Caballeros came next. Yeah. They have Jose Carrico and what's his name? He's my favorite one out of all three of them. Oh, I can't think of them. I don't know. They're on that ride in Mexico at Epcot. You get now. It probably wasn't there when you were there, because this was something that had came in within like the last 10 years. But
yeah, I tell you what, I've learned more about Disney in the last 2 months than I've ever known in my entire 37 years of living.
But I'm trying to think what his name is. I could yell at Margie real quick and she could tell me. But Jose Carrico is like, he's the parrot, and then I can't think of his name. He's the guy with the two guns. He wears the sombrero. He was there at
Yosemite Sam?
No. Yosemite Sam didn't wear a sombrero.
I know who you're talking about. Hold on a minute.
The pool there at All Star Music.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're in the middle. They're there in the middle. And I can't think of what his name is. If anybody in the chat knows what his name is, tell us. I
do know who you're talking about because I can see him plain as day.
So we had Donald Duck, Jose Carrico. I might be saying his last name wrong.
What was the other one?
Oh my gosh. I'm asking. Give me a second, all right? All right. I found it out.
Okay.
Panchito. Yes. So, Pancho. And a lot of that had to do with the government wanting Disney to do something to create better relations with South America.
Yeah.
Where they did a lot of that. The animators actually flew down, and Walt Disney did himself. And I think what it was the United States thought they could see some of South America siding with the Germans or the Axis forces, and they wanted to try and strengthen their relationship with South America, and that was one of the ways they did it.
Yeah.
But
I can see that.
So that's what we'll do. We'll leave it open for that error. You can draw anything from that error. And
or make anything.
Yeah.
Even if you just take a popsicle sticks and make a hut or someone's house from there.
Right. And if anybody wants to join us, they don't have to draw what we're drawing either. They can do anything Disney related. So, but let me pull that up so everybody knows where to send it. There we go.
If you want to make it out of cotton balls.
Cotton balls.
Cotton balls and ear swabs.
Oh, ear swabs. Yes. Yes. You could do anything. Popsicle sticks, toothpicks.
Yep.
You could make
rocks.
You could make either the Disneyland train station, or you could make the Disney World train station out of popsicle sticks.
Or go to the park and get in the sandbox and make a princess's castle and take a picture of it.
So, wartime era. So this will be fun. I really wasn't thinking of those movies. I was afraid that the wartime era was going to be something we were going to have to skip over, because I was thinking of like the different stuff that Disney had done for the government for like to to push the wartime thing and get people's morale up during that time. And basically the government did kind of take over Walt Disney Studios during World War II. And
there wasn't much they didn't take over during World War II era.
Yeah.
I mean, they had car manufacturing plants making military tanks and equipment.
Right.
And they had like food plants and beverage plants making rations and stuff for the guys across seas.
Right.
To be sent over.
Right. So I know we're a little short, but we pretty much got everything done quickly. So next week's topic, wartime era. Once again, I said you don't have to go with the topic. Anything Disney related you want to send in, drawings, paintings, crafts, anything you want to do, we'd be happy to show it. I'm even going to open it up to, if you can color a picture, a Disney picture in your style, we'll show it. But I think that's going to do it for this week. What do you think?
I'm thinking I probably should go to Walmart and get some coloring.
No, not you. I know you can do it. So, but like I said, right there, down there below is where you would send your picture. If you make like something like a craft or an art, take a picture of it, send it in. And Darren and I will take a look at it. And I think that's going to do it for this week. Darren, what do you think?
Yep. I was sitting here trying to remember Christina's mom, like, flunked art.
Oh, really?
And I was trying to remember the fruit basket trick that she tried to draw. And I was like, no, that's not a fruit basket. She tried to draw a house the other day. I said, Kathy, that's a kite. You draw this little squiggly line on it, it's a kite. It's funny. But Christina always said, I can't draw. I take it after my mom. I can't even draw stick figures. Come on. Look, I told her a long time ago. I said, if you sit down, take your time, and you draw a little piece at a time, don't try to do the whole picture at once. Just you take a part and you work on it. And if it's not coming out correctly, just kind of skip over it and then go back to it.
Right.
Well, once you start bringing this around and bringing that around, it'll all start playing in together. Then you're
Right.
Art is, a lot of people think, here's why they think they can't draw, because they think they have to get it done in 10 minutes. I'm telling you right now, there is no good piece of art that only took 10 minutes. Not even from the best artist. They take their time, and you have to have patience with it.
Right.
And you have to put the video games down for a few minutes to get your stuff done on time.
Yeah, I noticed that whenever I start drawing, it's like there's nothing else important at that time than to finish what I just started. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I like it because when I draw on a personal level, I like it just to be dead quiet.
Yeah.
I'm not dead quiet because I can't handle being dead quiet.
Right.
My mind starts triggering back from memories. But anyway, I can't have like a bunch of loud shit going on.
Sometimes
excuse my language, a bunch of loud stuff going on.
Sometimes what I do is I have Sorcerer Radio on my phone. And they play a lot of stuff from the parks and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes I put that on while I'm drawing.
Well, like a lot of times in the morning, Christina and I would draw. Like we both sit down like we're in daggone high school. We're in art class. We get our pencil box out, our electric pencil sharpener, our paper, and we sat together and we a lot of times draw together and drink coffee in the morning. And it's kind of cool. And we sat there and talked about it. And then it gets your.
What time's that usually?
We usually get up between 5 and 6 in the morning here.
5 and 6 in the morning. So there's no reason why you ain't watching the Good Morning Show. Yeah,
there is.
Are you at the gym?
Oh, no. Your Good Morning Show. Yeah. No, you're right. Yes, a lot of times we are at the gym. We didn't go this morning.
Yeah.
We're going to go this evening, though, here after we eat dinner. But after we eat, we wait a couple hours before we go because I'm not kidding. And Christina can vouch for this, and so can anybody that's been in the gym with me. I smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. I can go right over at that, run 2 miles in 17 minutes, walk 100 flights of stairs in less than 15 minutes, and ride 10 miles on a bike.
Right.
And I ride that 10 miles on a bike in, what is it, like 20 minutes? Riding 10 miles on a bike. I do that in 20 minutes. I climb them 100 flights of stairs in less than 15 minutes.
Right.
I'm in smoke because I could probably do it way beyond. But what I'm getting at is I have to stay active in the gym. But on a personal level, cigarettes are my medicine. They're my stress. But I'm not preaching to kids that, hey, you need to go out there and smoke because it gets rid of stress. Don't ever smoke. So I wish I would have never done it.
All right, so let's go ahead, wrap this up. So we got wartime era as our topic next week, correct?
Yep.
Any of those movies that were made during the wartime era. I want to thank you, Darren, for coming on and hosting every week with me. And I'm probably gonna, with things happening, Heaven's getting called back. Things are changing with me. There might be a little schedule change in the live streams, depending on like certain schedules. We might have to switch hanging with the family with and just switch days.
Yeah.
So we'd be on Tuesday instead of Wednesday.
Yeah.
So because it depends on Heaven's day off. I like having Heaven on there. It's really fun. And it's really nice that Margie and I get to actually see and talk to her once a week like that.
Yeah. Too. I know your feeling, buddy, because my son living in Indiana, me out here in Idaho.
Yeah.
Sometimes me just seeing him through a video or something is just, it means way more to me than what people would realize. I mean, you would realize it because you know your daughter's in Florida and you're there. And
right. But
it kind of brings a little bit more closure to you, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right. And I want to thank everybody who was in the chat, Rachel and Christina. Thanks for being here. Anybody who is watching.
Thank you.
Anybody who is watching that, I don't know. There's some people that don't have accounts. So if you are watching and you don't have an account, thank you for watching. But if you're watching this in the replay, you like this, give us a thumbs up and give us a comment. Maybe there's something you want to see us do.
Subscribe and hit that bell.
Yeah. So, and once again, if you're new and you like the content, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you know when we post a video or go live. But as for that, that's going to do it for this week for Disney fan art. And we'll be back next week once again with the wartime era, anything in the wartime era. And I think it's going to do it, Darren.
That's it. Adios, amigos.
We'll see you later.